Okay. Yeah. Uh, yeah. As of now, what we have done, we have developed application in console, and we have created a logic for creating a connection between a column and beam with a condition of maybe beam is going to the column flange or either way. In both of the cases, we will insert plate as well as bolts. So let's see what we have done so far. So you already know about this logic, what we have developed so far. If I start this console application, it will prompt me to pick a column. So I'll pick a column and I'll pick a beam. So based on our logic, on whatever condition, whatever orientation, it will place uh, this part like plate, bolts, and fittings on the beam. Now the issue is that we have developed this logic in console. For example, if I am deleting this beam, then this plate won't be deleted. Okay. What my intention is that if I delete this beam, this connection would lay off. If I am moving my beam downward, this connection also needs to be moved downward. Either if I am moving the column upward or either moving my beam downward or any case, what I am intended that all of my logic should be dependent on this beam and column, and this can be achieved by the plugin. So we will move our logic in the plugin. So from where you can download the plugin template. So I'll show you the path. You already know about this. Tekla Open API example Git. If you write, I think you have already have the repository. Yeah, this is the repository. Based on your requirement, you can switch from here like 21, and there is a model plugins, and this is the WPF plugin. Okay, so I have already downloaded on my machine. So this is the WPF, but the reference is what I have right now. If I double click, okay, let me show the project first. This is the project, basically WPF plugin, and I have already explained the architecture. Okay, how it works, what UI part is, what model part is. I have already explained. So let's set up this plugin project and move our code to this and create our plugin. So if you see in references, if you double click on this reference is basically for 23, and I have a Tekla structure of 20, 22. Okay, like what we have developed. If I break this code and see, our reference is what we have used, then it belongs to 2022.10715. So we need to set our NuGet to 2022 to set up this project. Okay, just right click on this, manage NuGet packages, and search about Tekla Open API. Yeah, this one, and use 2022 point, which one, whatever we have used. Acha, it's not in our, okay. So let's see from where we have used there. if I see the properties, yeah, it's I think local. I'm copying this path and oh, okay. So we have already one folder for this. Think we have created this. So I'll share this DLS to you too. But basically, it belongs to 2022 only. So whichever Tekla version you are using, search it uh, on this uh, NuGet, and if you're not finding, you can find it on the Tekla extension folder. Whatever DLL you are finding, search it on a Tekla folder. You can get it. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll remove this all Tekla files. Okay. All removed. Now I'll add a reference manually. Okay. Add references. Then go to the browse. Now I have a path for 2022 package, right? I'll go here, Control C, and there we are browsing. Yeah. Okay. So I'll load first this guy, and I want a dialog also. I want this also. Okay. Acha, okay. I need to remove this. This in Tekla structure is already available, but it's of 2023, so I need 2022. I'll go again, add, and now I'll add this. And let's see if I'm able to build my project or not. I'm cleaning it and then rebuild one page. What is the missing here? Acha, Tekla structure dot data type is missing here, so we need that also. Add reference, browse. Yeah, we need data type also. Okay, this will work for basically a small for testing or like for creating a small or for testing purpose only. But when you're working on a live one, okay, then you have to manage your packages and all. So we are just practicing and creating a plugin. That's why for ease of this, I have used by manual purpose. I have used those references. But for real project, you have to maintain your DLL somewhere for all folders, or you need to go for the NuGet only. Okay. So our plugin is basically ready. And now what we have to do is moving our logic from console to plugin. Now, main thing that you need to focus is whenever you are seeing, see, whenever you are, let's view the hidden files too. When you are saying bin debug, see, these are the files are getting. Let's clean this project first and see what is happening in this folder. Whenever I'm cleaning this, now again I am going to bin debug. There is no file in debug. Okay. Now when I am building this, I have see, again hide and hide. Go to the bin debug. I am getting this much of DLL, and this is my main DLL, wpf.dll, which is the final file of our project. Okay, this DLL we will place in Tekla folder and see our plugin is there or not. Okay, so this will be our output file, and I would like to explain how Tekla plugin work. Is basically in Tekla plugin there is a one uh, wherever you are defining your WPF plugin class, you have to inherit from plugin base. This is the standard architecture you will get from the Tekla example only. Okay, and you have to declare the name here, whatever name you want in Tekla, that component and application. You can place name here, so you will get the name exactly similar in Tekla. Whatever name you will write here, you will get in Tekla name. Okay. So there are basically two methods. One is the define input method and one is the run method. So how Tekla plugin works is basically whenever you are seeing, okay, this is my screen, this is my Tekla, and here is my component and application. Okay, and here is your plugin. So you click on this plugin. So in prompt it will say that pick column, pick primary part or something you have written, and after selecting this, it will again say the pick secondary part. Okay. So how architecture works is basically these two prompts are coming from the define input method. Okay. And there is one method which is run method. Whatever you are picking from Tekla model is basically selected using define input. And then after it will go to the run method. Okay. And in your run method, your main logic will be there, whatever you want to do with your selection. For example, for in our example, what we have picked a column and a beam, right? So by using those two, first we have to pick column and first and beam. So that work needs to be done in define input. Once that selection is done, that two inputs will come into run, and our logic of insertion of like setting our coordinate system, insertion of plate, boards, fitting, and anything that you want to do in your model with a respect to column or beam, inserting wheels or something, and then resetting your coordinate system. This all thing will be done in run. Okay, so this is the how plugin works. So let's move our thing. Uh, yeah. So what we are picking here, see, we are using this lines to pick. Okay. Exactly this line I'll move in this folder, this method. Okay, so now we have picked a column and a pick a beam. Now what you have to do, whatever you have picked, so see, in Tekla template they have pick a point, and then after picking that point can be directly added to the input definition. Okay, but whenever you are trying to add, for example, direct beam object or model object, it won't work. So what you have to do, you have to pass it by identifier. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll get the code and just give it. GitHub. Yeah. So whenever you have a beam object or other than points or other than identifier, like you have a selected column here, right? And a beam, but you cannot directly add that to a list of input definition. So what you need to do is basically uh, you have to change it to let's assume that you have naming it to selected objects. Oh, this is selected object. Now new input definition, in new input definition you have to add identifier for column dot identifier. Okay, column we have added, and same for the beam. So we pick the column, we pick the beam, and then add it into one list, and that list will be returned in defined input. Now that's the Tekla backend architecture. It will get into this list run. So in run, we have to again retrieve beam and column again. Okay, there is nothing to worry about here. It is just a simple, you can say, it is set by Tekla only. This template and this code is written in plugin base. If you see this inherited class, it is written in this. So how we can again retrieve column here? So what you have to write? You want a beam, right? Beam, and you want a column. Let's name same as what we have picked, so we won't get conflict in code. Okay. Now how we can do is model dot select model object, and this is the input in the list of input. First will column will come, right? What, because we have added column. So input as a 0, which will be at a first, then get input, and we want this as an identifier. Okay, so just need to simply cast as identifier. Okay, where it is going wrong. Acha, okay, it's model object. So we know that it's a beam. So simply we are casting it. Okay, same for the beam also. And it will coming as a first index, right? It is the second input what we are inserting. So it will come as the first index. See, now what we have set up is we have picked those objects from defined input and we get those inputs what we have selected in run. So now onwards our code will be simply as what we have written in console only. Okay, so now we will paste our code from the console. Let's do this. Okay, I'm simply copying our code and pasting it here. Let's see where we are getting error and we'll fix that. Okay, model. Acha, okay. It is got declared by this, so we need to remove this as well. Okay, so again we have some methods what we have wrote, right? We also need to copy those into simply our code. So I'm copying those into my. I'll remove this Tekla example method and we will paste our method here. So these are the methods what we have wrote so far. Draw coordinate, find my coordinate, find perimeter point, get center of part. Okay, so I'll copy this and paste here. How many errors now I'm getting? I'm getting error tsg dot line because there's no tsg line. Line is already available. Again, two errors are there. What are those? Model. Acha, okay. One error is there. Okay, there is need to. Okay, okay. Again, one more thing. Whenever you are writing code in a plugin, you do not need to commit changes. Okay, so there is no need of this line. Just comment this. Now I think we are done with this plugin, setting up our plugin. Whatever we have wrote in console, we just move into plugin. Let's see what we can say. It's trial first plugin. Okay, we will say name as a first plugin. Let's see how we can build this thing. We are building this. Let's see, are we able to build? Yeah, perfect. Now we need to go into Tekla folder. Okay, so where I have stored Tekla program files, Tekla structure. Yeah, 2022 bin plugins, plugins, and then what? Tekla model. Okay, now I'll say that. Okay, my plugin name is basically first plugin. Okay, so I'll copy this name. Come on, folder, paste, and I'll copy my DLL here. Okay, I'll I'll go to this folder's directory, this project directory, and I'll see that in my bin folder in debug I'll get my wpf.dll. Yeah, this file I want. I'll copy this and paste it in my first plugin. Continue. Yeah, I have paste. I'll restart Tekla. Okay. Should I save it? Yeah, let's save it. Again, I'll open Tekla. Yeah.